This is He Knows Everything, bringing you that heat and far. All right, let's talk about it, man. How does Canelo have Caleb Plant's number when Canelo Alvarez has never fought Caleb Plant? It's a things that make you say, It's a things that make you say, He Knows Everything told you guys, jungle rats will be what they are continuously going to be. And that is called jungle rats. When you are a jungle rat, i.e., the basically crawl right back into the hole that you came out of, the lows of the lows, basically the speck, the dirt up under somebody's shoe, the dirty, the filthy, the nasty, the eat anything that's basically unsanitary black person. It tells you everything you need to know. Because what people have to understand is it's not only a disgrace to the race to be a jungle rat, but it's all of the basically what we would say labels that's affiliated behind it. The first label, the fact that you will cap for someone who's Caucasian masquerading as Mexican. The second element of it is you're black. You're dark as fucking charcoal. Why are you rooting for a Caucasian masquerading as if he's Mexican? Don't tell me, oh, it's boxing, man. We got to support all the fighters. Bull fucking shit. Mexican community fan bases only support their Mexican fighters. And nobody holds them accountable for that. European base only support their European based fighters. Nobody holds them accountable for that. They sit there and they just accept it for what it is. So when black community fan bases are rooting for their fighters, oh, why don't you support this fighter, support that fighter? You know why? They're always looking for black community fan bases approval. If black community fan bases understood how powerful they were as boxing fans, they wouldn't be on divide and conquer and divide. They would be unified together. But see, we have jungle rats out here in these boxing streets that support and coon and buffoon for cinnamon dust of a horchata of an Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez is a cinnamon dust of a horchata. He does not have Caleb Plant's number figured out. He's not that good. The only person who could sit here fundamentally say they have a fighter figured out is Floyd Mayweather. Earl the True Spence can say that too. Andre Ward can say that too. Matter of fact, it's 3 fighters. These are the 3 error-filled fighters. These are the 3 fighters that have transcended from one generation to the next. They're the ones that can sit here and tell you, because they are generational talent, I got this guy figured out. Earl the True Spence gets you figured out in the ring. Floyd Mayweather gets you figured out in the ring. Andre Ward gets you figured out in the ring. Cinnamon dust of a horchata is not that good to figure you out in the ring. He's just basically fighting opposition that are not on his level. Let me say it again. He's fighting opposition that are not on his level. Fighter Jamal Charlo, and I guarantee you would not have that figured out. Too athletic, too explosive, too much height. Power transcends from weight class after weight class. Jamal Charlo will expose cinnamon dust of a horchata. There's a reason why he's ducked that man for 8.5 years. Notice this jungle rat does not mention Jamal Charlo. It's a things that make you say, It's a things that make you say, because he can't. Because he knows if he does that, he will be revealing the evident disgrace to the race. Demetrius Andrade. That's an easier fight to make. This guy fights on the zone. Why can't Cinnamon Dust of a Horchata of an Alvarez fight this guy on the zone? Cinnamon Dust of a Horchata of an Alvarez is basically up under Eddie Hearn. You might as well fucking say that. The Zone, Matchroom Sports, The Zone, and Golden Boy Promotions, they're all affiliated with one another. They're all up under one umbrella. So why isn't it not hard for Cinnamon Dust of a Horchata to fall his ass up under there? Let me explain why. Because you guys have to understand the cardinal rule in boxing. In boxing, there's cardinal rules that's associated and affiliated with what's going on. You guys want to know what those associations are? You guys want to know what those affiliations are? You guys want to understand and know what everything that is purposed in boxing is basically is? Let me explain it to you guys, because I have to make it very clear and I have to preference it for what it is. Oscar De La Hoya, Golden Boy Promotions, The Zone, Matchroom Sports, they all fall up under The Zone, man. So Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy Promotions, Canelo Alvarez is no longer up under there because Oscar De La Hoya demanded him to fight greatness personification can only be hindered. The motherfucker can't be stopped. Oscar De La Hoya wanted Canelo Alvarez to fight Jamal Charlo. Notice when the pressure came on to fight Jamal Charlo, Cinammon, Da Silva, Horchata, and Alvarez ran. Basically went into lawsuit, litigations with Oscar De La Hoya. But did you guys call his rabbit ass out for it? No. And then when he lowballed Jamal Charlo, it's not because Oscar De La Hoya wanted that lowball. It's because Oscar De La Hoya understood the dichotomy, the variation, the authorization, the certification, and basically what we would say the elevation state that Cinammon, Da Silva, Horchata, and Alvarez didn't want free smoke with the likes of a Jamal Charlo. Let's be real. Lions only was too much on that ass. So we got to call a spade a spade. We got to keep it real. We got to keep it a buck. We got to keep it 1,000. Demetrius Andrade is boring. That means he will box the ears off of Cinammon, Da Silva, Horchata, and Alvarez. So Cinammon, Da Silva, Horchata, and Alvarez is not that good to have an opponent figured out. He never was. Stop telling lies. He's stagnant. He has not gotten better since he got that bachelor and PhD degree ass whooping from Floyd Money Mayweather. We got to be cold-hearted here. We have to be unadulterated here. And we have to tell a cutthroat tell a fashion that's associated with here. Because when it's all said and done, Cinammon, Da Silva, Horchata, and Alvarez has always been what he's been from day one. That's a Cinammon, Da Silva, Horchata, and Alvarez. So you tell me what's not the cold-hearted. You tell me what's not the unadulterated. You tell me what's not the cutthroat tell a fashion that's associated behind what's being said here. The man is what he is. A guy that's mired in controversy, a guy that you cannot respect because this guy right here has so many variations, so many aspects, so many phenomenons going on with him that it makes absolutely no sense. And if we as fight fans are sitting here telling ourselves erroneously and telling ourselves through lies that Cinammon, Da Silva, Horchata, and Alvarez is more than meets the eyes, that he is Transformers more than meets the eyes, and we're lying to ourselves. We're not being honest with ourselves. We're not holding ourselves accountable, and we're not telling ourselves the truth of the fact of the matter. This guy ducked Sergey Derevchenko, a guy that Jamal Charlo had to basically mollywop. See, we gonna be honest over here, man. Caleb Plant unnerved Cinammon, Da Silva, Horchata, and Alvarez. Caleb Plant got up under his skin. And I don't know if Caleb Plant's going to win. But let me tell you something. I'm rooting for Caleb Plant. I'm hoping Caleb Plant can do the unthinkable and the impossible. And you know why I only say it's unthinkable and possible? It's not because Cinammon, Da Silva, Horchata, and Alvarez is that good. It's because of the boxing judging gifting decisions. It's because of the catch weights. It's because of the rehydration clauses. It's because of basically this erroneous cachet this guy has. It's because of the wounded animal situations, the cherry picking situations. The fact that this guy right here can strip you of 9 to 13 week training camps. I don't trust this guy. Because this guy right here will do any and everything to get a vantage point or an advantage point. And we don't know, with boxing judges, we don't know how they roll. Because Caleb Plant gets knockouts, but in this fight, what if he doesn't get the knockout? More than likely, he probably won't get the knockout. What if it goes to the scoring card and the decision? You see what I'm saying? That's why I don't know. I'm rooting for Caleb Plant. I want him to fucking win, but I understand what he's up against. He's up against the three-pronged monster of economics, politics, and pugilism. But if boxing fans are being honest with themselves, and they're not lying and they're telling the truth, then they would understand that Cinammon, Da Silva, Horchata, and Alvarez is always a Cinammon, Da Silva, Horchata, and Alvarez. And this jungle rat has the unmitigated on the audacity to put Earl the Chew Spence right next to Cinammon, Da Silva, Horchata. Spence is a heavyweight lifter. Cinammon Dust is a heavyweight pretender. Woo! What I said was so deep and profound. Woo! Let me let that marinate in the corpus colossum. motherfucking well. Hirota Smith is a heavyweight lifter. Cinammon Dusova Horchata and Alvarez is a heavyweight pretender. That's the cold-hearted. That's the unadulterated. That's the cutthroat true teller fashion. I keeps the foot on the whoop. Higgs. I keeps the foot on the whoop. Higgs. Caleb Plant. Let's go. Let's get it. This is He Knows Everything. Check it out.